Coming up, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on some of the really cool creatures that are coming our way in the soon to be released third season of the Doom Patrol on HBO Max. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, I'm Lee, the super genius brain in a jar behind Grimmleighs Fiends, and welcome to the channel. Each and every week we'll be talking about the monsters and other creepy cool creations in our mythology stories and popular media. I'll also be sharing some of my own original work and stories while we're at it. Just a short time ago, HBO Max dropped the trailer for the upcoming third season of the Doom Patrol. If you're not familiar with the Doom Patrol, it's a comic book that launched in 1963 that features a group of misfits that have been shunned by society and led by a disillusioned gentleman in a wheelchair. That sounds an awful lot like the X-Men. Well, there's some debate about that. While the Doom Patrol debuted before the X-Men did by a few short months, there's been some speculation that moles within DC were able to leak that information to Stan Lee, but even the creator of the Doom Patrol disputes that to a degree. Anyway, the series was pretty faithfully translated over to live action on the DC Universe streaming app, at least for the first two seasons, and has been focusing on Cyborg, Robot Man, the Negative Man, and Elasti-Girl, but they're not really called that too terribly much. You have Cliff Steele, the former race car driver, who's pretty much just a brain in a robot body. That's Robot Man. And you have Rita Farr, who was a 1950s glamorous silver screen star who ended up getting a terrible, terrible virus after falling into a lake during a movie shoot. Larry Trainor is the Negative Man. He was a test pilot whose body was taken over by a negative spirit from space. And of course, Cyborg, everybody knows from DC's Teen Titans. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot about Crazy Jane, who is one of the single most complex characters on the series. Diane Guerrera does some incredible work with the character of Crazy Jane, and it's one of the highlights of watching this series. So that is your Doom Patrol. The first couple seasons were a lot of fun with some really great monsters, including a ravenous pack of, well, butts that attack an army base, a giant rat and a cockroach who fight it out over a city, and a second season filled with more creepy crawlies than you can shake a stick at. And really, you'll want to shake all the sticks at these creepy crawlies. They're really creepy and super crawly. The second season of Doom Patrol also introduced Dorothy Spinner, who is the chief's daughter. Dorothy has a troubling superpower. She can bring her imaginary friends to life. The imaginary friends, for the most part, were not terribly dangerous, but there was one that all the other imaginary friends feared more than anything, and that was the Candlemaker. And the Candlemaker managed to manifest at the end of season 2 and cover all of the Doom Patrol in wax. Not a great way to end. And I think the season actually ended sooner than it was expected to because of COVID complications. Regardless, the Candlemaker is an amazing looking villain. Bones covered in candles, and he really hates the chief. He seems to want to protect Dorothy, but he also wants Dorothy to use her powers at his bidding. So we have confirmation that the Candlemaker will be back with this still from Doom Patrol season 3. It looks like Dorothy and the Candlemaker are back on the moon where they belong. That's where I like my monkey-faced children. They belong on the moon. There's some other great looking monsters that pop up in the trailer for Doom Patrol season 3, including Madame Rouge. Madame Rouge is a longtime villain in the comic books, and she's part of the Brotherhood of Evil. Notice how there's no mutants at the end of that. Again, there's really no parallels between the Doom Patrol and the X-Men. Really, I promise. Madame Rouge is going to be played by Michelle Gomez. If you're not familiar with Michelle Gomez, you need to change that. Get your priorities fixed. Michelle Gomez is amazing. She's one of the most intensely terrifying actors I have ever seen when she wants to be. She played Missy, the female version of the Master on Doctor Who, and she was amazing. She's so good. She's so intense. So playing Madame Rouge, who's like a really good counter to Elasti-Girl, is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Madame Rouge's powers are that she can elongate and distort her limbs like Mr. Fantastic or even Elasti-Girl in this series. She can also change her face and her features so that she can impersonate just about anybody. She was also an actress, which makes her another great parallel to Rita Farr. Also makes her an awful lot like Clayface when you come to think about it. There's so many parallels to all these characters. Now, one of the reasons why I'm super, super excited for season 3 of Doom Patrol is something I didn't even know was happening. Two of my favorite characters from the Grant Morrison run of the comic in the early 1990s are making their first appearance in live action. I think they showed up in some of the animated series. That doesn't matter. This show is off the rails bonkers and is not afraid to go into more, shall we say, risque territory. These two characters are the Brain and Monsieur, I don't speak French. Mizumala. Hello, Mizumala. Mizumala, who is another one of DC's great talking, intelligent gorilla characters. He's not like Gorilla Grodd. He's not like any gorilla you've ever known. He's a French commando mercenary, just happens to be a beret-wearing gorilla with a bandolier strap. And the Brain, his very best friend. This isn't like Pinky and the Brain, though, because these two characters are madly in love. My introduction to Mizumala and the Brain was in a Doom Patrol comic with a fantastic cover by Simon Bisley. Once I saw this cover, I had to read the comic, and inside I found the tragic story of a brain in a jar and his boyfriend, the talking gorilla. Oh, it's so tragic. The Brain and Mizumala were so desperate to be able to be together physically that they were going to steal one of Robot Man's old bodies and transplant the Brain into that body, and things went terribly, terribly wrong. It is a story of doomed romance, and here we see them in live action form in the upcoming 3rd season of the Doom Patrol. I cannot wait. And luckily, I don't have to wait long. The first 3 episodes of season 3 will be dropping on HBO Max on Thursday, September 23rd, and then each episode will be debuting 1 week at a time from that point forward. There seems to be an awful lot of great DC content coming up on HBO Max with the new season of Titans and, of course, the new season of Doom Patrol coming up. But what do you think? What are you most excited to see on this upcoming 3rd season? Do you think we're going to see the Brotherhood of Dada? I think we might see the Scissormen. There's so many really cool Doom Patrol creatures that I hope we see in this upcoming season. If you're interested in reading some of the classic Doom Patrol stories, I've attached some affiliate links to the Doom Patrol Omnibus from Grant Morrison and some graphic novels of the relaunch series from Gerard Way, both of which are incredibly good and have been mined mercilessly for the live action series.
That's a robot doing the robot.
Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. If you like what I'm doing here on Grimmleighs Fiends, make sure to give the channel a like and a subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more creepy, cool content. The best is yet to come.